here's a list of draft picks that went 19th overall. And as you can see, it produced some solid names out there, like Avery Bradley, Malik Beasley, Jeff Teague, Tobias Harris, John Collins, and Kevin Huerter, while the rest are, let's be honest, pretty forgettable ones. But in the most recent draft, the Golden State Warriors might have just selected what they hope to be one of the most talented 19th picks in NBA history, with this guy right here. Now, don't be fooled with his curly hairdo and turtle-faced playstyle. I mean, if you skimmed through his highlights, I bet that you would say, man, this kid can really hoop. Meet Brandin Podziemski, a 6'5" triple-threat point guard that has a Luka Doncic vibe written all over him. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Take it easy, man, he's not remotely close to Luka. But seriously, guys, you can sense that this kid is going to have a great basketball career ahead of him. I mean, he was so insanely good that back in his senior year in high school, Podziemski was honored to be part of the first team All-State 3 times. He was also named as Wisconsin's Mr. Basketball, and he also won the Gatorade Player of the Year by dropping this mind-boggling stat line. Then, after scavenging for playing time in Illinois in his first year in college, he was like, screw it, I'ma play elsewhere. And when he eventually transferred to Santa Clara, he nabbed the WCC Newcomer of the Year award and was also named WCC Co-Player of the Year while averaging almost 20 points a ball game, along with 8.8 boards, 3.7 dimes, and 1.8 steals a ball game on 43.8 shooting from downtown. Those are pro numbers coming from a kid who has yet to log a single minute on an NBA court. And this is probably the same reason why the Dubs didn't second guess in picking him up midway through the first round. But beyond the eye-popping digits and long list of individual achievements, what's so special about Brandin Podziemski, and how will he exactly fit with the boys wearing blue and gold? Now, before we get down to the nitty-gritty, let's start by talking about his most glaring feature, which is his size. Standing at 6'5", Podziemski runs the point at ease as he can see over his defenders like a walking watchtower. And if you rough him up or play more physical against him, Podziemski can throw his 205-pound body to neutralize that. And when you combine these attributes, along with his 39-inch max vertical leap, this kid is certainly going to be a handful to deal with, regardless of the opposition. Drafting big point guards has been a thing in the NBA in the last couple of years, and almost all of them are solely bannering their playmaking skills with a little additional offering on the side. Podziemski, on the other hand, is a Mr. Do-It-All type of guy that can score in 3 levels, grab boards, and dish out dimes as quick as a hot pancake.
8.8 rebounds a game. How does a guard do that, and can you get anything close to that in the NBA, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think in a few seasons, I think I'm a triple-double guy in the NBA. Like I said, I like to fill the box score in every which way possible. But in terms for being a point guard, I think, getting the rebound just makes it easier for your team just to get out and run instead of having to outlet the ball. But, I go every time, and obviously some of them are going to come fall right in your arms.
And on top of these, his high basketball IQ and instinct are way off the charts. And this is why. According to Brandin, his partnership with the Golden State Warriors is going to work.
Yeah, 100%. I think, I'm a basketball player that knows how to pass, dribble, and shoot, which is an embodiment of the Warriors program. I think I'm a pretty smart basketball player, and the Warriors have a lot of smart basketball players as well. So I just think it's a perfect fit both ways.
Well, the other reason why this is going to be a match made in heaven is the fact that Pods is a great three-point shooter, and the Dubs, on the other hand, love to rain down threes. As I mentioned earlier, Podziemski shot 43.8% from distance on almost 6 attempts per ball game, which means to say that he can splash it through the net as efficiently as the Splash Brothers. I mean, take a look at this. He dances in front of his defender, and the moment he recognizes that he's not going to lunge on him, Pods pulls the step back and splashes it home. Now, the Warriors love to run dribble handoffs during their offensive sets, and this is where Pods can thrive most, especially from beyond the arc. After giving the ball up, Podziemski gets it back as he manipulates the set screen, and when the defender went under, he just took one dribble to the right before launching and knocking it down from deep. Apart from his three-point prowess, Podziemski's feel for the game is just way advanced compared to other rookies, and this is also another part of his game which can help the Dubs big time next season. After swiping the ball, Pods filled the lane as he ran in transition. Now check out his instincts working in full display here as he not only faked out one, but two defenders back to back. Now in this possession, Pods went baseline coming off a handoff, and despite how tough the angle is, Pods was still able to pull a show and go before dropping the giant killer. Now, speaking of the giant killer, Podziemski also has a great float game that looks deadly and pretty much unstoppable. See, here he is trying to get to his sweet spot somewhere around the elbow. When the defender sensed that he's gonna go for the step back, he quickly closed out on him. However, Pods had something else in mind, and in a split second, he spun around to pull this beautiful floater. And after getting cut off by his defender right here, Podziemski countered it yet again with another floater, and just check out the height and the arc of this ridiculous flick shot. A kid his age shouldn't have that kind of IQ and scoring ability at this early stage of his career, but for Podziemski, there's a certain player that he's modeled his game after, which helped him to become the player he is right now.
Who do you try to mold your game after, and why those guys?
Yeah, I picked up basketball 7 years ago, and my favorite player is Manu Ginobili. And just seeing the way he plays and, his mentality towards things and how he's a winner is definitely someone I model my game after.
As a lefty scorer, there's no doubt that the shadow of Manu Ginobili runs through him. And this can be clearly seen whenever he furiously attacks the rim just like this one. Seeing a clear path ahead of him, Pods dropped his head to attack, and when the defender blocked his way, Pods was crafty enough to pull this Euro before laying it in softly. Now, when the defender jumped on him on this play, Pods quickly attacked the closeout, and once again, he pulled another Manu Ginobili Euro to elude the defenders and finished it through on the other end. And after securing the rebound here, he quickly pushed the tempo and went coast to coast before punctuating it with a strong jam. His scoring in 3 levels is something that the Dubs will definitely benefit from, and just like Ginobili, he also has the vision and playmaking ability to keep his teammates fed and satisfied all the time. See, in this pick-and-roll action, Podziemski split the defense first to make it look like he's gonna go all the way. Now, when the defense rotated on him, he found the wide-open guy in the corner, and he returned the favor by knocking down the 3. His ability to pose as a threat on offense creates a web of confusion for the opposing team. And here, Podziemski actually drew 3 white shirts as he surveyed the floor coming off a reverse pivot. And because of that, he was able to find the open guy underneath for an easy 2. And lastly, he showed once again how lethal he can be during a 2-man game, as he can locate the roll guy with a laser-like precision while getting heavily pressured by the defense. At 6'5", the Dubs got another multifaceted player that can shoot, pass, and rebound at the same time. In the past, the Dubs had Sean Livingston and Andre Iguodala to fill this role, and right now they have Draymond to do it for them. But the big difference though is that those guys shot nowhere near as well as Podziemski, and certainly can't score the rock as efficiently as he is. The addition of Podziemski is definitely an upgrade for the Dubs, as they got a triple threat role player that can basically provide anything that the Dubs want in a certain situation on both ends. And with that being said, I'm seeing Podziemski contributing in a big way for the Dubs, despite the fact that their backcourt is currently stacked right now, because of his versatility and ability to provide help in so many different ways.